Okay, I don't quite know what to make of this. So I just got to the Tesla plant, or on the road outside. Anyway, so 54 miles. I got 252 watt hours per mile. So I started with 660, something like that, coming out of the house. And I assume part of that's just because the car's cold, right? Anyway, and I've been doing, well, I haven't always been doing 80 on 130, but so most of this has been toll road, and I still got 252, so I'm kind of stunned. I'll keep an eye on it. It's just what am I doing? Well, no, I'm not invited, but here I am outside the plant. I see a semi down there around the entrance. So you can see a lot of trees. Anyway, I tell you, maybe I've never been stopped here just outside the plant in daylight. This thing is so big. Anyway, there it is, and just watching these cars go back and forth, a lot of traffic. I mean, not a lot, but a fair amount. It's interesting. Okay, wow. I guess I've never realized how close I was to this either. So right in front of me, this is where they're going to put in the battery packs. Now see they're making progress. You see they have some volts for making connections. Interesting. Over here is the substation. Man, it looks bigger in life, doesn't it? And there's the temporary that sooner or later will go away, I guess. And over there's the dye shop and the battery cathode plant. Wow. I mean, it's all just right there. Anyway, whatever. Peace and harmony. And looking back, over there's the plant. I suppose say one more thing. It's like, it was nice seeing Joe and what's his name, Brad, and Joe and Jeff, all there. Ellie was there. Brian from My Tesla Weekend was there. So and actually, Dr. Knows It All showed up just briefly. Now, I didn't introduce myself to any of them. I just saw them there. I gotta tell you, listening to Joe talk about what goes on when he's recording at the plant and that kind of stuff is like, if you want to get geeky about stuff, it's a geek fest, yes. But it's very interesting to find out how things work, right? You have, if you're not interested at all in how Tesla builds the plant and all this stuff, then it's not interesting to you. But I find it interesting to I mean, it seems to me they drive things at such incredible speed, and yet sometimes you're looking at, like the battery cathode plant, like they're taking forever to put this up. But overall, they're doing it very quickly, actually. Anyway, for those of you who don't like Geek Fest, I'm sorry. It's cool. Okay, so I guess next stop is Tesla Domain. Let's see if I can borrow that Model 3 Performance and try to do a efficiency run as opposed to playing with the acceleration and stuff like that. See if, because I was really disappointed in the energy efficiency after I did my little drive. But to be fair, I wasn't driving for efficiency. And interestingly enough, I guess if you're driving a commercial vehicle today on Texas 130, you might want to be aware. I've seen a bunch of these flashing red and blue lights. This guy in front of me is APD. Anyway, onward upward charge. Okay, so here we are at Tesla Ridgepoint Service Center. So the trip up from the factory to here, it's 14 miles, but my average energy is 327. So coming up, I was cruising more highway speed. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I was pushing a little bit harder. My average energy is still 260. Is at 268, so that's okay. We'll see how it goes. Okay, here we are at Tesla Domain. Trip over to here was 8 miles, 12 minutes. Okay, 287 watt hours per mile, and pushed my average energy up to 270 watt hours per mile. What was interesting is I pulled it up as I was pulling out onto the road. It showed 1,400 watt hours per mile. I'm not sure about that. I'm guessing that every time I start, it's going to do that kind of thing. I just have to get used to it. Okay, so for the end of that comparison, I'm now parked at Walmart. 13 miles, 25 minutes, 252 watt hours per mile. And I will tell you, in chill mode, oh, now the car still accelerates. It accelerates pretty good. It's just not quite the same. So, let's see, pedals and steering, set that acceleration back to standard, please. Thank you very much. So that concludes this comparison. So directly, Model 3 Performance, brand new, compared to my 1-year-old Model Y long range. Oh, long range is getting a lot better mileage. Although, to be fair, we're only looking at 10-15 watt hours per mile. I'll have to go back and compare the numbers, but there you are. Okay, next stop on this trip, Walmart. I'm 89 miles covered so far, 24 kilowatt hours, and 267 watt hours per mile. It's been slow coming back down from where it was, although the last trip was at 252, and I was purposely trying to be efficient. Wait, how is that possible? All right, so from Walmart to home, 21 miles, took 37 minutes. I did go through a drive-through at Raising Cane, so it took a little longer, right? Anyway, 220 watt hours per mile. Holy cow. So that energy savings is all from Cedar Park in the Lago Vista. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so overall trip today, 110 miles, 28 kilowatt hours used. Average was 258. Now, earlier it was up around 270, so, 270? And coming out of the main, it was actually at 300, so pretty amazing. Anyway, there's where we are.